It's even quiet for me, dude.
Community news, quality of life updates, the balance that's going live on May 18th with the Monster Cat update. We've got Persophone Rework, Athena Remodel, Talons of Tyranny Cosmetics, Azula Pele and Avatar news.
Oh my gosh.
Along with the Monster Cat Battle Pass at the end.
Yep.
And then after the show, we'll be throwing to the world premiere of Slushy's new song, Valhalla. So make sure you stick around for the whole
What about
show.
8 Pandas on
It's
19?
gonna be a long one, but tons of stuff coming y'all's way. Are y'all excited?
Yeah, very cool. Lots of stuff.
Absolutely.
Well, let's
Yeah, let's
go ahead
show
and start
this
the show
quiet.
off by talking about the bonus balance that's going to be going live on May 4th.
Wait, the other guys are good, right? They're good sounding, it's just her? Or am I losing
the
it?
first set of items that we'll go over will be Spear of Desolation.
Also,
that's
happy
getting
20th
a
sub,
nerf,
Annie, but with
the
5
bonus
months, I
balance.
think.
Corrupted! Welcome back, thanks so much. 20 month
Will you
tier
tell us about what's going on
3,
with that?
bro.
Yeah,
Good
main
lord!
optimization
Thank
right
you,
now has
thank
definitely
you,
been a large
thank
topic
you,
amongst the
man.
design team. And
Jeez,
while you may
Corrupted.
see,
Welcome
spoiler alert
back,
for
baby.
the main
Thanks so much
balance
for tier
patch
3.
coming up, a couple of mage buffs for items coming up. Desolation is definitely one that we noticed that with the previous changes to the passive, it's been overperforming. You're seeing it a lot more than maybe we would want to see. We're going to bring that passive down in its efficacy just a little bit.
Just
Just
to
a
get
small
this
tweak.
up the neon curve.
And like I said, there will be
baby.
some mage item
Thank you,
buffs
thank you,
coming up, so
thank you.
it should be okay.
Okay, sweet. And I believe that this is tied in.
Oh, what's up,
the
Nika?
Ansel
What
nerf.
the thing? Almighty Vitco.
tied
It's
in
tier
just a little
1,
bit.
baby.
No,
Dude,
it's
I'm
more
getting so
tied
many
in with the
subs.
upcoming Shifter Shield
Thank you
change
guys
that
so
we can
much.
kind of tie together if
Okay.
you want.
We're in a hype
Yeah,
train
so
going?
Ansile and Shifter...
All
Mhm.
aboard?
Ansile and Shifter Shield are getting
I
adjustments.
can't even say
These
that
items are both
sarcastically,
very
dude.
effective bruiser
Really
items. They got a
causing
lot
me
of power
pain.
to them.
Corrupted, thanks
They
for
also
doing
provide a lot
something.
of utility
Nika,
protection.
yo,
Ansile, that silence in
let's
particular is very potent.
go.
When we started seeing these basically
I can't
check
even
into
do that
many builds
ironically,
for
dude. It's just
assassins and
painful.
warriors alike.
Oh!
It's just
Shifters
too effective.
Ansile
We're gonna
nerf.
bring down their overall power, adjust their costs in different parts of their stats.
Barracuda,
So
thanks
Ansile
for
is getting
giving me
cost increase and
5,
power
baby.
decrease.
Thank you
But,
so
Shifter
much,
Shield is
man.
just getting 2 power
Thank you,
decreases.
thank you.
One on the base
Thank you,
item, one on the passive part of it,
Barracuda.
just to make sure that those items
Thank you
are
so
more in line
much,
with.
man.
They don't compete as directly with true DPS.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
options.
pretty large nerf to Ansile.
Okay. Cool. And we've also got a nerf coming for the upgraded.
It's kind of
Bombus
similar
Hammer.
to the
We'll be
Berserker's
reducing the
nerf.
cooldown and removing
I'm like,
all
Otter,
penetration
6
for
to
that.
38, baby.
So
Welcome
we're
back.
pretty happy with the way the passive
Welcome
works.
back, man.
So we didn't really want to address that too much, but we are seeing Bumbus Hammer being
Wait,
picked
what was
up,
it
as
before,
a 6th
F-bomb?
item for mages, is
Everywhere.
a lot in a lot of different roles, and we wanted to prioritize looking at the stats before the passive. So we think this is really large changes that'll hopefully justify using the alternate upgrades, as well as making this one maybe not as ubiquitous for every character.
Yep.
All right, sweet.
Why
And
am
that
I
will cover all of
DCing?
the items that are going to be part of the bonus balance that goes live on May 4th. And next,
It's
we'll
literally
talk
just
about
like
the
10
guns.
seconds
Who's
and it
ready
comes
for
back.
some
It's literally the
Gilgamesh
same thing happened in
nerfs?
scrims.
Are we ready?
Yeah. We get some
I just
Gilgamesh
DC for
nerfs.
10
Let's go.
seconds and I come back.
Yeah, so Sunforged Scimitar is going to be getting a change along with Heroes Advance. Will you tell us a little bit about that pawn?
Yeah, so Sunforged Scimitar, actually,
Just
I should probably
repeat what
preface
Billy
this a
said,
little bit.
thanks.
Gilgamesh is getting a bonus balance change
Oh.
and a normal patch change.
You're welcome, Otters.
As I
Let's
believe the
go.
next god on our list, Tiamat. This is the first set. This will be
Dude, I
going live
can't
with
fix my
bonus
hair.
balance. We saw on his release, some people are saying he might be strong, he might be weak. Some people actually thought our PTS nerf was too much.
Too much,
going
yeah.
into it. And then he started to do really well. And then over the weekend, he really
That's
just
why I got Thunder.
completely threw out any notion that he was maybe okay or a little bit weak or a little bit strong. He's
Nice,
very
Neon.
strong. So first nerf was set up for a bonus balance.
Yeah, my
And
hair is
over
just
the
like
weekend, where we've
permanently
already kind of
cowlicked in the
walked these
back.
changes, we got more data. So we're going to
Oh.
do another change also in the main patch as well.
There you go.
So Sunforged Scimitar, decreasing the basic attack damage, scaling per health hit, and Hero's Advance, decreasing the scaling and increasing the cooldown. Just hits to his overall damage output, some of the more easy damage in his kit from Hero's Advance, as well as making it less likely for him to
Comcast?
escape
Yeah,
or
it's
engage
great.
as frequently as he currently is.
It's a huge bonus balance.
Hit is,
When-
that'll be hitting the battleground with the 8.5.
Even
upgrade
they're,
as well.
they're getting
But
Comcast at
next
2.
up for the bonus balance, we have Tiamat also getting a nerf for her passive. Will you tell us a little bit about that, Clumsy?
Yeah, so another quick preface, like Pon said, just iterating on that. We are going to see bonus balance as well as main
John
patch
Earth's
balance
not.
on Tiamat. A lot of that
I
comes
haven't
up from
looked.
the fact that bonus balance
I haven't spoiled.
was something
natural.
we
How you doing, baby?
before, before, like the SPL weekend hit, and obviously we saw some interesting performance by Tiamat in the SPL, 100% pick ban. may not have gotten the win on the one game, but she was able to perform well there. But we're going to get to that again later. Beforehand, we noticed that one of the things that is strong about Tiamat, and we nerfed the mitigation on her
Is it
passive
balanced right
before,
now?
is the healing side of things. So we're going to be
No.
decreasing that a little bit. So when you're using your serpents in your
I think
lane,
they're too strong.
or you're just in team fights and enemy gods go down, you don't get as big of a healing bonus from that. And we will see her again and revisit that in the balance patch coming in a sec.
All right, cool. So let's.
Well, I'm using my
go
own
back
modem
into
router
more
too,
of the gods that are
Mega,
going
and I'm
to be
still
part of the bonus
DCing.
balance shifts. We've got Sukiyomi, who is going to be getting some nerfs, I believe. Pawn.
Yes.
What's
Mad
happening with
cute today.
Sukiyomi?
Thanks, Blitty.
We've done a lot of adjustments to his overall clear
Yes.
speed and like base powers of a lot of abilities. We think his clear speed and his gank potential early on is a lot more fair now. But one thing that does stand out is Piercing Moonlight. That 30% damage mitigation, as well as just the raw damage output it provided, was very lethal. We're just taking the edge off that. Now, if he
That
uses
character
it
is
as like
so
a last effort
cringe.
to survive, he's going to be more likely to
That
die.
is so cringe.
And when he actually does get his dash damage hits out, which can be multiplied out by
If you play
an
Suki, you're
extreme
just
amount
cringe
based off how
in
many
real
targets
life.
he hits, that's just going to be
You
doing
can't
less
talk to
and less
girls.
over the course of this.
Can't talk to anyone.
Now.
Yeah, you're just cringe.
All right, pretty straightforward. We've also got a nerf coming for Guanyu's cavalry
You can't
charge.
read it.
Well, we'll be decreasing the base damage.
How's that
why
my
is
problem?
clumsy?
So Guanyu did get hit a little bit with the healing nerfs previously, with the brawlers changes, as well as with him, Guanyu's healing himself and the cooldown, but he's still performing quite well. We're seeing him in high ranked as well
That's
as in
fine.
SPL. We wanted to decrease the power of his ultimate because
Cavalry charge,
play
nerf.
Guanyu, you know that
Good
if you're getting every
lord.
shot on that ultimate of cavalry charge, you're chunking, you're doing a lot of damage in team fights. So we wanted to just bring that down a little bit. Honestly, it's a bit of a slap on the wrist here.
All right, cool. We'll see how
Like
that plays
30.
out. Apollo is also getting
a
some
big
adjustments
slap on the
where,
wrist.
he's also getting nerfed. A lot of nerfs coming this way.
Oh!
Buzz
So
Mouth
he's
is
getting
generally
nerfs
nerfs.
too. Audacity, the moves, across the sky, all of those are being nerfed a little bit. Pon, will you give us a little bit of context on that?
Apollo had been the go-to hunter for the last few patches now, where he was really just this kind of like dominant hunter pick. He brought a lot of control with the bigger map, being able to split push a lane and not only box anyone who came to fight them, but also just rotate over to the fight. He could sit in the air for a while and really threaten and zone control the entire fight when he got up in the air.
90
So we're just doing
mana
targeted nerfs
per
just to take that edge off a
second?
bit and hopefully put him into a really good place, because we saw over SBO other hunters starting to get picked up and recognized.
But I lost
Audacity,
both of
decreasing
my
his attack
Apollo
speed, able to be
games.
God. He'll get his passive up a bit less often. The moves just decrease the movement speed and speed buff so that it's not so much of a heavy swing. And then finally, across the sky, late game, no more 30-second ultimates of you
What am I
flying
supposed to
around,
do now?
laughing at the enemy team as they can't walk forward and contest
I'm literally
anything.
out of
You're
gods.
going to actually burn through your mana pool a lot more quickly in the later ranks.
Okay, yeah, you have to go trans on Apollo now.
All right, neat.
If you want all
And then
from
Athena will
lane
also
to
be
fire
getting a
shot, you have to go
nerf to her
trans on Apollo.
Confound. Clumsy, will you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think this bonus balance.
All right, time
really
to buy a
needs
trans
be
build that
there
works.
with an Athena nerf on there. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who have played with and against Athena after these changes, and she shot up in the metrics. The changes were good and probably a little bit too good. So we're gonna be taking that confound, that pain point there, reverting the duration change completely, as well as decreasing the damage through scaling the base for what we've given it. So overall,
Pretty big nerf.
that change that we've given her, Athena,
Scotty
the addition,
time, baby.
really
Still
scaling
got
that
a
down.
god.
She needs to chill.
Just a little bit.
We've also got some nerfs coming for On Her. So Impale and Desert Fury are both getting some nerfs as well. Pawn, will you tell us about On Her?
Yep, another go-to hunter pick was doing really well.
What?
Just the raw lethality that he has. If you
Apollo
impale
gets
or
nerfed so
Desert Fury
hard,
landing a few of those hits, especially
and
early,
he
if you
gets
can-
a
if you can combine that,
5% and
just by hitting,
5
like,
per hit.
what the word is?
Sorry,
close
On
out lanes
Her.
very effectively,
You're
right?
picked literally
So we're
every
just taking
ranked
some of
game.
that power scaling off, some of that base damage.
Here's
Not
5.
too big of
Here's
a hit,
another 5.
but just something there to make sure that he's adjusted, as well as he was really the long-standing top picked.
That doesn't
top
even
end
affect him.
player, or
Like,
god. He was one of those characters that was basically in every game because no one wanted to ban him, but he was in every game. So also just looking to hit him there as well.
that character's dead.
Okay, cool. Makes sense.
That's
I'm
great.
excited for this next one because Set is always after me, I feel like. Set is going to be getting
90
some nerfs
damage
as well.
per spear
Who wants
throw.
to talk about that?
He's dead set in his ways. So,
Clumsy,
sorry.
no.
I'm not laughing
You
at
have
that.
to talk about him now. You did
For
that.
Sure. No problem. Well, it's really clear cut. Set is still the most banned god in ranked, and we see his variance, in his performance between casual games as well as in the SPL, where he's not being picked up as much as he used to be. But
You
being
throw
the
some
most
air
banned god in ranked, that
into
means there's a
wait,
little
throw
bit of
something into
frustration
the
there for
air
the player
down
base.
to pawn.
And in order to help deal with them, we're going to make his main damage source with Skewer a little bit less effective, and also the main counterplay, which is the physical damage reduction during Sandstorm, a little bit less effective as well. So hopefully, when he all-ins on your team, he'll be doing a little bit less damage.
Wait, what if
and
I
you'll be able to
tickle
be
his
more effectively
nose?
against him.
Wait, let me
I
just.
hope so. Please. Set, go away, please.
Let me just.
And then the last god that
Wait, I get Comcasted for that? Okay, never mind. It's them. It's them. It's not me.
Have-
Oh. Okay, I literally poked his nose and then the stream died. Wait, my stream's fine, right? Yeah. My stream's fine. Yeah. I'm not dropping anything. I literally just poked his nose and the stream died. Okay, dude. I can't have any fun. Oh, the Athena Nerf? 5% off of his impale and 5 whole damage per spear.
Oop. Hello.
Oh. Hello. Hello. Oh, let me stream my webcam back down. Wait, back to marbles? Is that like my webcam was before? Great. Oh, okay, right there. Back to marbles. Winner? Oh, we already saw that one. Am I on the moon? Yes, sir. Few will survive. Buckshot? No. Let's do a little 2-minute. Off the rails. Exclamation point chat. Exclamation point chat. Exclamation point play. Exclamation point play chat if you want to enter the marbles race. Exclamation point chat if you want to do absolutely nothing. Go on spectate. We'll go corrupted. Oh no, so we have a 2-minute delay. No, they're waiting. I left my pasta downstairs. I want to click play and then I'll AFK real quick. Maybe we hit to 200? Do we go 200, chat, or I'll just start it? Can we get 40 more people? 41? No! Okay, I won't get DMC'd. Man, I might get DMC'd. 30 more people! Wait, I don't know why I didn't click start. 30 more, 30 more, 30 more, 28 more, 27 more, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 18, 16, 15, 13, oh, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. Oh, let's go, baby. I gave him bananas. I literally gave him bananas. Okay.
If you are tuning in and you've missed anything along the way, the update notes and the bonus notes are live, so you can follow along.
Did you gamble your bananas
We're
away?
going to be picking up with nerfs to set. We just went over it a little bit, but Clumsy, will you tell us why set is...
Did I type it in wrong?
Yeah, I have no idea where we cut off, but I'm going to say it again.
From the
he
beginning.
Is dead
From the
set
top.
in his ways.
I typed your name in
From
wrong.
there? From there?
Yep, starting right from there. I have no idea if Chad even got it the first time, but
I
that's
typed
okay.
your name in wrong. That's on me.
Set, he still continues to be one of the most banned god in ranked, and even though we're not seeing his SPL performance be like as dominant as he was at the end of the last season, because of that high ban count, that usually means the perception is his frustration is pretty impactful. So we're gonna be addressing his main source of damage with his skewer, as well as one of the main defense mechanisms he has with his mitigation in his Sandstorm. So now when he dives into the team fight, he'll be a little bit less effective in both ways, allowing you to counterplay him a little bit more effectively.
Okay, cool. I'm excited for Set to be nerfed. He's not kind to me. And then lastly, for the gods that we have being nerfed, this bonus balance update will be Sobek. And we're just going to be decreasing his cooldown on charge prey by 1 second.
Wait,
What do y'all expect to see with a 1 second change?
what'd she say?
Well, this is a targeted change to one of the top end ranked bullies. He's very prevalent.
Oh my gosh, Sobek's dead.
And that extra second is 1 extra second of not needing to be worried about being plucked in extended team fights. Potentially 1 less pluck that actually happens. It's a very small change that will have a pretty cascading effect over the course of the game.
Apollo gets like 90 nerfs. Sobek gets a 1 second increase.
All right, sweet. And that will wrap it up for all of the bonus balance that's going live on May 4th. So let's get into some of the content that'll be released with that as well. So we've got the Talents of Tyranny event going to be coming with some new skins.
What's even the point of playing Sobek anymore, guys?
But his new skin is going to be called Kuzenbot. So let's take a look at
14 seconds. Oh my!
I'm super excited for y'all to see this one because I am a really big fan of these kind of. It's kind of mechy, but also very cutesy. I like that combination. Look at him.
What is that?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh yeah. I mean, it can't just be the card art, right? Like the little Nene bot inside of him.
Yes,
it's
got a little
that's on the skin.
Oh, that is super cool.
Super neat.
I love it when we do stuff like that.
Looks pretty
like
cool.
Smiley's got on the mech. Oh wow, that is amazing. Oh, it's even more. It's even more terrifying.
Yes, and his little
just
Nene just sitting
you.
in his belly, waiting.
That is so cool.
Waiting to be
That looks
deployed.
pretty cool looking skin.
Let's give the voice pack a listen.
I kind of like it.
Systems operational. Subsystem set to extreme prejudice.
Sweet. I love it.
Good stuff.
He's scary, but also kind of cute because of his belly.
His teeth are
Wait,
terrifying.
Right, a lot of scary things, but then also cute.
Oh, my
And
stream's
then we've also
dying
got Stitch
now.
Creation Agni hitting the Talons of Tyranny event
Dude,
as well.
Comcast?
And this one, I
Comcast is
feel
literally
like,
just going back and
has
forth
got, like,
between
some
hitting
serious
Hera and
scary
then hitting
clown
me.
vibes, but like
Yeah.
as a
Like,
doll.
it's literally just
It's like
going
the
back and
opposite of
forth,
like
dude.
the Ganesha yarn, right? Or
What
the
did he
I'm not
do
sure
to
what that
Ganesh
line
in the
is
bottom
called.
right?
Oh, is he even there? He is
Oh,
there.
no.
What did he
That's so
do?
cool. He's been unstitched.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
I love it when we have the card arts that reference each
Yeah,
other.
I was mentioning that. I didn't even realize he was there until Pawn said it. This is super interesting.
It's so spooky. Very creepy.
Oh man.
And he's got like the knitting stuff.
Yeah, like I was
kinda like it.
Yeah, that's creepy. Don't like if that's
Spooky.
running at me, I'm running.
Let's give the voice pack a listen.
I kind of like it.
Ah, so we have found some foes to vanquish? Yes, let's kick the stuffing out of them!
Voice pack's pretty
Imagine
good.
if we made plushies of that and it's just sitting in your room staring
I
at
actually
you.
like
No,
it. It's
I
growing
like it
on
in
me.
the game. I don't like it in real life.
It's
no.
not.
Not for your house.
Yeah.
We've also
yeah,
got
good
the
skin.
Outer Planets chest coming to the battleground with the bonus, and it will have the first Tiamat
yes.
skin. And look at her. Look at her.
I heard we're doing something like this, but I haven't seen anything about it yet. So this is fantastic. I'm very
Ooh.
excited.
Yeah,
It's going to
those
come with the
rings
2 different
really pop.
stances, of course. So that's going to be exciting to see in game.
Yes, and I'm just excited for Tiamat to be getting her first official skin. That's not one of our recolors. Oh my gosh, look at
nice.
it!
Yeah, that's great.
Oh my gosh, that looks dope.
I like it.
So as a
I love the
reminder, this will be coming
spines.
out with the bonus.
I should just
updates.
give a
It'll be
thumbs
coming
up or
out
a thumbs down to
before,
each skin.
8.5.
Nice. Like
Let's give the
Pitchfork
voice pack a
Trident
listen.
Tail.
So pretty.
Thumbs up, chat.
Creatures, irregular. This civilization, pathetic. This world, mine.
I kind of
for
wish it
taking.
had different feet.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah, you
yes,
can have
yes,
it.
yes.
That's my only complaint.
All day. This is great.
Like
I'm
the
excited to
feet
see
up
that new
front
Tiamat
are looking
coming
pretty
after.
weak.
I love it.
Like those aren't scary feet.
Well, that is going to wrap it up for everything under the bonus balance update. If you missed anything,
Oh,
we've got the notes
it's
live
a
right now on the site.
no,
so
it's
you
a
can check it
thumbs
out.
up.
And we've also
It's a
got all of
thumbs
the
up.
wallpapers there for
I
if you want to
forgot
make
it
the
was
Tiamat
upside
skin or to
down.
hang your wallpaper. Those are available for download as well. But let's jump
Oh,
into the
that's
community news that we
unlucky.
have. The first thing that I want to talk to y'all about is, in case anybody missed it,
Okay,
SPL
well,
has
I'll keep it
started.
thumbs down, bad
And
feet.
seems
Finally.
as though- yes, it was a fun weekend.
Bad
But it
feed.
seems like the Jade Dragons have brought the Jazzberry Jam. Am I saying that
The
right?
Jazzberry Jam.
It is
Let's go.
actually
Thanks,
the best
chat.
color.
I hope PBM heard that because he's been all about that Jazzberry Jam. And
Yeah.
we also, along with SPL starting, we have new SPL merch available. And
Woo.
the proceeds for that will go directly into the player's pocket. So if you're looking for some new threads, pick up something from the SPL merch store. You can
Buy the
dress
Bolts
up in
merch.
some Jazzberry Jam. Support your
Buy
favorite
the Bolts
team.
merch.
Yeah, one of all of these.
I know they're all so pretty, but the Jade Dragons one for me, I think is my
The
favorite.
worst.
I just love that color combination.
Bolts
and
is
the
the
hoodie for
best.
the Jade Dragons is pink, and I like that. We also have the fan art submission contest is open again for people to submit their fan art in hopes of it becoming a free cosmetic that's given away in our fall event. And then last but not least, if you haven't gotten it already, we have new Prime Gaming content available to claim for free. This time it is Archangel Chernobog. So if you haven't picked that up, make sure you
Sweet.
claim that as well.
The mini
That's
door
a
looks
free little
creepier
reward
upside down.
theme.
Hi, Luna. Hi,
I
baby.
like that. I like that the old Chernobog skin is or just the default is
Yeah.
there in the background.
Yes, I
What are you
haven't
out
seen
for,
that
baby?
before. That was neat.
What you talking about?
But that will wrap up everything we've got for community news.
Hi.
So a couple of quality
Hi,
of life
baby.
updates that will be coming y'all's way. I see that searching for starter items has
Aw.
been added and
You're just
or
playing it up
fixed.
for the camera.
Oh.
Just
Let's
different
go.
ways of using the store, making sure that everything's available to be searched properly.
Awesome. For me, that was always hard because I'm not a good speller, and I'd be like, "What should I buy?"
Oh, you hear a
And
kid yelling in the
it's
background?
hard. And then also we're going to be having ranked
baby.
resets coming. This will only be for Diamond 1 and above players, and it will occur in 8.5 and
Holy.
8.7. So
Yep.
ranked resets are coming.
Yeah, and the big thing there is we did a lot of adjustments to ranked at 8-1. People are progressing at completely different rates now, and making sure that the top end players have a reason to continue to grind against each other and continue to fight for who's the top. So Diamond 1 players will get reset down to Diamond 1, both in MMR and in Division.
Okay, cool. And then could you also give us a little bit of context on the early surrender changes that are coming?
Ooh.
Mhm. Yeah, so early surrender is a feature there to make sure that players in a situation where they detect the match doesn't feel quite right, someone disconnected, and they just want to get out of it and get into a new game, they can do so much more quickly than waiting for the full surrender time. But there are some abuse cases people can do with that, and one thing we want to make sure was that a team never felt disincentivized from actually utilizing the feature. One thing people could do was kind of grief the other team by causing them to lose MMR for their time. So now if one team early surrenders, the other team will get something in compensation for that time. So you can't use it to just block someone from getting MMR.
Yay.
Nice. Oh my gosh, that sounds like a
Nice.
great fix.
Mhm.
And then we've also got tons of other bug fixes. So if you're looking for something specific, go ahead and check out the update notes to see what bug fixes are going to be.
I think you can talk
with
to
each update.
the people who do the
But let's
merch,
go ahead and get
Axion,
right
about
into
the shipping.
Monster Cat update balance. So that will be
Actual
8.5
balance,
balance. Yes, the real balance, or not real balance. It's all real, but
The big
it'll
batch
be going
balance.
live with it'll be going live with the update on May 18th. And we're going to start off by talking about Wind Demon. So Wind Demon is going to be getting a nerf. Will you tell us a little bit about that?
I'll take that. Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
So one of the benefits of SPL is that it allows the
Oh.
players to see, some of these
You
items
drooled
that
so much, and
are
now
being
you're
picked up
just
a lot
leaving.
more often than you might expect in your casual games, especially at higher elos. And Wind Demon is definitely one of those. Crit is kind of resurfaced back as something that has been a very strong item build for hunters, and we think Wind Demon is one of those crux and core items for those builds. It's not always there, but when it's there, it's definitely more effective than potentially any of the other crit items. So we're going to be decreasing its potency and its passive a little bit, mostly on the movement speed side of things, because an extra
movement
20%
speed is
movement
okay.
speed for hunters,
That's the
especially
reason I got
late game,
soloed.
with crit can be quite frustrating to play against, and also a little bit on the attack speed too.
The whole reason I got soloed.
Cool. Excited to see how that'll play out. We've also got some changes coming to the upgraded Magic Shell relic. Will you give us a little bit about that as well?
Ooh.
Yeah, so upgraded shell. If you've ever seen 4 upgraded shells on the enemy team and wondered why, it was because they could stagger them to get 8 block stacks, which is really good at stopping hunters and assassins. So we're changing the functionality of it. So now rather than blocking outright a basic attack, the shield is essentially 50% more effective against it. So when you have the upgraded shell shield on you, basic attacks incoming will just be cut in half rather than blocked outright, which means potentially you can mitigate a few more, but it also means other gods aren't
Okay.
completely shut out of using like their core basic attack components.
Hunters are dead.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge impact, and we know the pros have been asking for something like this for
Under
a
the
while.
dead.
Certain assassins
We're
and
dead.
characters, like Pon was
We're
alluding
dead,
to,
chat.
for example, with Pele
We're
and her ultimate,
dead.
you're no longer stopping the complete ultimate
We've
from
been
going
nerfed
off the
8
blocks,
patches in
stack
a
or shell.
row.
It's still going to go through, but the basic attack itself
We're
will be doing less damage.
dead.
That's a pretty big change.
Yeah. Sounds good. Excited to see that in play.
We're
And
dead.
then
We're
this one
dead.
is for Clumsy. Are you ready to talk about the alternate
Time to go to
timeline?
Twitter.
Yeah, and magical power was real low, now it's real up.
Yeah.
We're dead.
We were real scared of
What
that.
are we
path,
supposed to
It's actually
do?
pretty counterable. Who knew?
Yes,
We're
6 minutes is a pretty
dead.
good timeline. We're still very heavily going to be monitoring how effective that is, especially in longer games. But with the 6 minutes,
What are we
as the stats
supposed to
showed,
do?
it just wasn't enough.
Good
40,
lord, that's
45
big
magical
buff.
power, even with the defenses it gives you, isn't a lot at all for a tier 3, late game replacement item. So we're going to
How's
be that
the
up a little
nerf
bit
to
more.
hunters?
Okay.
I think
And
a
then
one
Archmage's
shot.
Gem is also going to be getting some mana added to it.
You're
Pon.
literally gonna have Mercury's
we were
and your
looking at a
games
few things.
one
One
shotting
was we
you
saw,
now, and you don't have
we just wanna
shell
make
to
sure that all the
protect
upgrades
yourself.
Have different build opportunities for different mage
What do
builds.
you
One thing
mean?
you noticed was lacking with mage build was mana on
Now,
the upgraded
even
starter.
dodgy,
If you're going
it's
something
just
like
gonna
a
one
Toth
shot
that
you.
might be useful for
Baka's
you.
gonna one shot
But,
you. What do you
just
mean?
also
How's the nerf to
gem
hunters? We're
itself was a
literally
bit
dead.
underperforming. We saw people shift away entirely from the conduit tree to the Sands of Time tree, or when they did go to
Yeah.
the
200
conduit tree,
mana.
focus actually became a more popular option.
Wait,
So we just
why
want to
is
make sure
it-
Archmage's Gem has a little bit extra to keep it in relevancy with all the other choices.
Yeah,
Awesome.
let me position well against someone
And
who
then
can
Gem of
blink
Focus is also going to be getting
and
a
then
buff.
dash on me, sign
Very
or
similar
ult me
lines,
from
lines
anywhere
that Pon just
on
said.
the
We're just
map.
making sure,
Let me just
with the starter
position
items,
well
we're going to be constantly
against
assessing
3
their balance and
people
their
with
upgrades as well,
blinks.
and we want to make sure that
Yeah, let
we
me
have good
just never
opportunities
auto
across each
attack
one
in
of
a
them.
whole team fight.
Gem of Focus getting a 10 magical
You
power
know,
buff.
let
just
me
in the
just
same lines
position
as,
well.
the previous statements.
Let me
Alrighty.
just
Pretty
position well.
straightforward. And then Bumba's Spear is getting a shift slash.
How about you
buff,
buy
for the
Spectral,
upgraded
Sino?
Bumba's Spear.
Mhm.
Pon,
So
tell us about
junglers who
Bumba.
might have been worried about the Bumba's hammer change, you're going to get a spear buff, a hidden blade buff, and a Seer of the Jungle buff.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna take all
Junglers
these.
are
you're gonna get some
OP!
So big thing here for Bumba Spears, it just felt underwhelming. It didn't feel rewarding enough in the late game. We're giving it some CDR, we're giving it some
Junglers
we're
are
removing the mana, but then
OP.
we're giving
Hunters are
power
killed
instead of
and
gold gain when you
junglers
kill a
are
jungle
OP.
monster. So now that 10% extra CDR will help you cast more abilities in the late game, as well as the extra 10% power can give you
What
windows
are we
to take power
supposed
play
to
moments. Especially while fighting in the
do?
jungle, you can quickly go heal up off a camp and rejoin a fight with 10% extra power. Going to be kind of swinging that way, and
We're
that's something
done
that
for,
good
chat.
players are going to be able to try and manage.
That sounds neat.
Mhm.
Mages
so we've also got
buff,
Mannequin's Hidden
junglers
Blade
buffed,
getting buffed. The
Hunters
upgraded Mannequin's
nerfed
Hidden
8
Blade.
times. Like,
Why is that?
Hmm?
Why are we
So the
buffing
big
it?
what are we
thing-
supposed to
Yeah,
do?
Mannequin's Hidden Blade is one that was underperforming. A lot of people just didn't feel like the burst potential on it was really high, and also because it was just basic
Neath
attack
is
power,
now
it was really hard to find
OP.
moments where you
I'm
could
going
synergize it
Neath,
into
and
really
I'm
any
building
build.
Mannequin
Because
Hidden
this
Blade,
kind
and
of
I'm
the not
ulting.
inline upgrade, it can be a bit weirder with its stats. It's just going to actually convert that basic attack power to true power that'll affect your ability scaling and everything like that. And we're bumping up the actual proc because that proc is a bit difficult to manage and get reliably, and so you want to make sure it feels rewarding when you do so.
Okay.
Apollo's dead,
And then
Crit's
Sierra of the
dead,
Jungle, the upgrade for Sierra of the Jungle. is also getting a
ADCs
buff.
suck. I
Mhm.
am at pasta. I've been hungry.
Yep, Seer the
I'll be right
Jungle
back, chat.
has
maybe
a
I'll wait.
potentially very powerful effect of being able to become a ward clear. It was one of those things that we figured high-level players really
That's
leverage
a big attack speed buff.
a lot,
All right,
but just
I'll
the
be right back.
stats on it
We're
and
gonna
the duration
talk
of it
about
made
this
it
for a
too
while.
prohibitive. We're going to give it some attack speed to make sure that that build path is supported. Maybe some more attack speed junglers could actually go this route and really benefit from the attack speed there, but also give you 5 extra seconds to utilize that ward vision to make sure you can clear out everything. Potentially around a fire giant, you don't have to rush as quickly. You have time to get maybe 2 wards out rather than just 1, greatly increasing its overall effectiveness.
Alrighty. Thank you, Pon.
Hmm?
We've also got the starter for Warrior's Axe getting a buff as well, where we'll be increasing the health and decreasing the cooldown.
So in the last update, we buffed Bluestone Pendant, and we've had our conversations back and forth about that. But it also led to the opportunity to talk about the other starter items for solo laners. And you even see in the SPL and some other games where they may not even pick up a starter item to begin with. And we want to make sure that each of these have their opportunities. So we're going to be seeing small buffs to Warrior's Axe as well as Warding Sigil. And for Warrior's Axe, it's really just allowing for that aggressive trade to happen a little bit more often and with a little bit more consequence.
Okay. And that'll lead us into a Warding Sigil, as you just mentioned.
Yeah,
Also
similar
gonna
there.
buff.
Warding Sigil, we will. we're increasing its physical protection from 10 to 15 to just help it be in line with those other more aggressive options.
What did I miss?
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thanks, got buffed again?
Benevolence is also getting kind of a fix where the effect will now only give one nearby ally the bonus gold and XP.
Yeah, so this is mostly a fix. If you were playing Joust, you probably saw triple benevolence. It was splitting evenly the reward with everyone, and because of the rounding fix we added earlier, you were generating quite a bit of extra gold and experience that wasn't really intended. So now we're just fixing it so that you share it with only one ally, which means it's less likely to get rounded, which means you're less likely to generate gold out of thin air. So that stacking tactic doesn't work nearly as well anymore.
Cool. And then upgraded compassion is also getting a buff. Clumsy. Can you give us some details about that?
Yeah, it's mostly just losing the gold generation from the starter of benevolence at level 17 just felt, unfortunate for something that's going to be an upgrade. Mm-hmm. So now we're giving it a little bit of gold generation once you've upgraded to its
item's already OP
starter item.
All right, neat. Sentinel's boon is also getting a buff, the upgraded Sentinel's boon, where we'll be increasing the health and mana restored from the passive by 1%. Why is that, Paul?
Yeah.
So we finally got already OP.
Support items kind of in a place where we're seeing a lot of experimentation with multiple different choices. But when you do go Sentinels, we're still seeing a lot of Sentinels Embrace versus boon.
I'm switching roles.
We're just going to increase the restorative effect that it provides. This is now a 24% health and mana restoration when you're Phoenix sieging or defending. Pretty good. We'll see if it can compete with Sentinel's Embrace, but a step in the right direction.
Cool. And something to keep an eye on. We'll see how that plays out. We've also got Chiron's coin getting a buff where it's going to cost less and hurt more.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much
everyone's getting a buff.
But for a little bit of context, it's just, we alluded to earlier that Desolation was very powerful, but there's also a lot of mage itemization choices we wanted to make sure that players could opt into and not feel punished for. Chiron's coin is one of those where it definitely fell out of favor compared to Obsidian Shard or when we first introduced it. Bringing its cost down a little bit and its power up a little bit, we think will just bring it more in line with those other penetration options and something that you don't feel bad about building into your late game item builds.
Alrighty. Thank you. And then we're going to see Book of Toth also is going to be getting a buff as well. So the power will be increased. And can you give us some details about that, Pawn?
Yeah, everyone's getting buff. Is probably the
you get a buff. You get a buff. Hunters
involve a starter. You can rush it and try and really stack it early. You can build it like very quickly out of the gate. And so we want to make sure this item feels good when you build it in that scenario, just because it is a popular and one that people like to go.
It's a Baba Yaga buff.
Mana build. So we're just making sure that it contributes enough power to support that playstyle, especially as we keep bringing some of the power level up on some of these other mage starters.
Baba Yaga's been buffed like 20 times in a row. People still won't play her.
We've got Spear of the Magus getting a buff. Or is it Magus or Magus?
Oh, we can take a poll on that, but I go Magus.
I'll go Magus.
Okay. So
wait, didn't Sundering actually get a buff, Nico?
We're adding
poll,
and Warding Sigil?
Chat can talk about it as well, but for us, we will call
You're
it
literally OP.
But we'll be getting 12% lifesteal.
This is a spicy one, and really what it comes down to is that when it comes to these power and penetration options, that's kind of all you're getting with some of these, right? You've got Divine Ruin, which has its very
what is this?
Niche, but specific application. You've got Obsidian Shard with a percent, and Desolation, like we talked
about.
Hunters
are actually
really just giving you power pen.
Mages everywhere.
Magus didn't really fit into that because its passive was still there and it basically just said more power. But we're adding a new set onto it, which is which is gonna be really interesting and something that we're gonna follow along for sure at past its release, and that's Lifesteal. Now, if you want to continue on from your Lifesteal builds, whether you're playing Anubis and you have your Typhon's Fang and Bancroft,
there's too many mid laners working a high res.
Pick up like a Soul Gem. You can now get a little bit of power pen and Lifesteal and a little bit more flexibility into your item choices.
Neat. 12% Lifesteal will
sound like a lot,
but I guess we'll watch it and see how it goes.
For mage items, that's about normal, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's around how much Soul Gem has.
Okay, sweet. We've also got a buff coming for Mail of Renewal. What's going on with that, Pawn?
So Mail of Renewal, new item, got completely reworked passive. And one thing that we noticed was people really wanted to embrace the style of like healing your team up, but it just took too long. And so we're decreasing the health from this item a little bit just to compensate for the buff that we're about to give it, which is we're cutting the time the heal takes to complete in half. You'll get the same amount of healing in half the time, which means that you'll feel this much more over the course of a team fight when you're trying to actually restore your team. So just a nice buff to this to make you feel the effect more.
Oh, that's exciting. Twice as
Mhm.
fast.
Yep.
Oh,
And then
almost.
Stone of Fall
Almost
is
forgot.
going to be the last item that we
Wait,
have.
maybe. I don't know if I
changes
restart
happening
my
to,
stream.
and
Almost.
it's just going to get a little bit cheaper.
In 7 minutes,
Yeah,
we hit
so
80
we
hours.
introduced
I
the
think.
passive changes and basically
wait, I do
reworked
have
the
one.
items from Malware Renewal and Stone of Fall. And Stone of Fall, we're still very happy with its identity, especially focusing Guardians to get
So
into
basic
the fight
attack
in the fray with
mages
their
in
basic
dual
attacks.
lane?
We still think that's something really interesting, but the high cost, especially for Guardians,
Maybe?
we thought might have been prohibitive. So reducing the cost will allow more players to
Maybe.
pick it up and give it a try, give it a use, and see if you enjoy using it, and then we can reassess from there.
They might still die to Career Hunters.
Well, that is going to cover all of the items that are getting
They're probably still die to Career
shifted
Hunters.
around for
When it
our
comes to that death,
Monster Cat update.
I have this
that
one
goes
for my
live
mud, which I just
on
finished.
May
I have this
18th.
one for my water, which I have not finished.
Nice.
So let's get into the gods. We talked about
I have this one for
Gilgamesh
my
and
pasta,
Tiamat
which I just
during
ate all of.
the bonus part of the show.
And that's it.
But we're going to be talking about them again. So Gilgamesh, getting a nerf. Tell us about it. What's going on?
Round 2. Yeah, he rose on the stats for the weekend, so he's getting a second nerf, one in bonus, one here. And just the raw damage output he had, his ability to fight was just too high. Sunford Scimitar getting a base damage decrease, mainly as you rank it up, so his level 1 is roughly equivalent, and Dropkick also getting that kind of same late game focus adjustment where we're taking some of the stun duration off from ranking this. This does mean his level 1 is technically a little bit
Well, I
strong
made it
with
so
Dropkick,
people don't
but we
spam
think
it.
the nerfs in
Original,
the
but
bonus
then I
balance
put
combined with
an
the nerfs to
hour
Sunford Scimitar
timer
and
on
that
it,
clear,
so I
more
just
than
left it at
compensate
20k.
for that small little adjustment, especially
Yeah,
because you are
2 nerfs,
often
Nico.
ranking Dropkick anyway.
Alrighty. I'm excited to see how those play out.
Mhm.
And then Tiamat again is also going to be getting a nerf as well in bonus and in the update on 8.5.
Yep, that's right. I think a lot of players are still trying to figure out whether Tiamat's
Another
is
Tiamat
obscenely
nerf?
busted or, just good, or maybe just bad, honestly.
Oh.
But one thing that we noticed, especially in the SPL, if you guys were watching in the game that she was played, is the basilisks again. And we talked about this last update show with her changes, is that we were very well aware that the basilisks may have a chance to be too strong, but it's much easier to tone them down one by one than it is to just outright gut it and then buff it back up to potency. So this next change is honestly pretty severe. We're reducing the lifetime of the Summon Serpents deployable from 21 seconds to 11 seconds. What this really means is that you're going to get 2 waves of Serpents instead of 3 waves. So now coming to the late game, when CDR comes into effect, you may not have 6 Serpents every single time she used that ability coming in, and then another 6 on top of that if she wants to use that before going towards Fire Giant or wherever she may be going. Now you're going to get a decreased number of Serpents each time. That's going to be a lot less pressure.
Good. She deserves it.
Agreed.
She does. And we're going to continue reassessing because, if we continue to see this be a problem, we will nerf it again. It's no problem.
I'm trusting you, Clumsy.
What if they made it to where it was like a minion
I'll buff it. It's okay.
where it died
Stop.
in like 30 seconds? Like, when it banned
we've
XP
covered
5.
Gilgamesh, we've
Welcome
covered
back, baby.
Tiamat, so let's get into the rest of the gods. Now they will be alphabetical. And again, the notes are live if y'all want to follow along. So Bakasura is going to be getting a buff to his Eat Minion and
Junglers are OP.
Butcher Blades. Will you give us a little bit of insight on that, Pom Pom?
Mm-hmm. Bakasura just really fell off. We expected a lot more from him in
That
Season 8
shell
with the bigger
change is
map.
actually
Even
insane.
preemptively kind of adjust his passive. He was one of the very few characters we really did that on. And it just didn't really bear out that he ended up being that strong in this map. So we're going to give him a buff. Eat Minion. We're going to actually kind of change its function a little bit. It always felt like a little bit of you had to kind of like choose how much mana you want to spend to clear. Eat Minion will now actually be mana positive. So you actually want to just eat as much as you can. There's never a feel bad reason to eat a minion. Just go to town on that. And then finally, Butcher Blades, decrease cooldown from 14 seconds to 12 seconds, just increasing his clear speed overall, making sure that he can box effectively. Kind of, rather than bringing power
Why
back
they
to
nerf
passive, we also know
Shell?
that one is very
they
strong
took the block stacks
when
off.
it's too strong, making sure that his individual abilities feel good to use.
They made it to where
Sounds good.
auto attacks do
Now,
50% less
Baylona
damage
is
to the
getting a buff as
shield.
well, to Bludgeon and Eagle's Rally. Will you give us some context, Clumsy?
Yeah, Soul Lane is all about what you can do early game to exert a pressure lead and what you can fulfill for your team late game. And even when Mannequin Scepter was extremely strong for warriors and solo laners, Bologna, who was someone who utilized that really well, wasn't actually picked up that much. And even if she wasn't performing all that strongly.
That's a
We did
weird
a lot of
buff.
changes for her ultimate previously, and we're going to continue monitoring her, especially after these changes, to make sure that she's still a
Yeah,
viable
that's what
pick.
I was thinking too.
Increasing
Nico.
bludgeon damage is going to help with the clear and your early game pressure, and Eagle's Rally 1 second is actually pretty short for an ultimate stun duration.
Oh, it
so
doesn't really do
we're going to buff it
anything.
just a little bit, 0.25 seconds, which might even help her confirm a little bit more damage, and her team too.
But that really does
Alrighty.
nothing.
And then a pretty, I think,
I mean, they have buffed
substantial
her ult a
changes
lot.
coming for Chiron, where he will no longer. I'm sorry, you take it, Pumpon. You tell us all about it.
Yeah, so Giddy Up, you are now immune to knockups while you're galloping. So
That
one
just
big thing
makes sense.
Yeah, he's a horse. Horses are heavy. It's going to be really hard to stop one when they're galloping. This also just has the strong application of you have to be a lot more specific with how you choose to stop Chiron who's trying to get away from you. A lot fewer characters now can really truly stop him, which opens up just a whole bunch of opportunities for him to be picked into different compositions.
So you're saying he's unstoppable, and that's the plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds
Next
great.
he'll just trample and squish people, execute.
Perfect.
That's the next buff if we
Execute.
need it.
I don't know if that does
I
too
like that.
I've been
much.
trying to tell y'all to give Neath an execute, but we'll talk more about that later.
Okay.
Daji's
I don't know if
next
that
up.
is too
She'll
much.
be getting a buff to 1,000 cuts and Trickster Spirit. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so Daji,
I wanted a power buff.
she
I
had her
would take
time
a
in
power
the
buff on the
shine
death
for sure.
over that.
She was, very strong, and then she kind of fell out of favor, and she never really picked up much steam after that.
For
Sometimes,
nerfing
similar to
Shell
Outguang,
and
she'd be
buffing
picked up a little
Daji in
bit,
the
but then
same
very
patch.
soon afterwards, she fell out of favor again. And one part about that is while her mid to late game
Hundreds are dead.
scaling is pretty strong, her early game getting off the ground is not that great. So here we're going to be addressing two of her damage abilities specifically for their base damage, because we think bringing that up for her early to mid game will allow her to transition to her late game, where her ultimate and her scaling will shine.
Alrighty.
No one
Thank you
enjoys
very much,
Daji being in the meta.
And then someone I
Literally
haven't
no
seen in
one.
a little while, to be honest.
Daji and Bach
Fafnir
are literally
is
the
gonna be
most
getting a buff.
AIDS gods
What's
to
going
go
on with
against. Like,
Fafnir?
they're just not fun.
Yeah, Fafnir, when you're playing him, even though you do have the
We're
ultimate to
back!
transition to the dragon form and get your cooldowns back, his cooldowns when you don't do that feel very
Man, I
long,
thought me and
it's
Jake were
hard to, like,
dead.
contribute to your team outside the
Ugh.
initial engage, where other supports often get a second round of
Ugh.
CC. You're just kind of stuck
We're back.
trying to wait and hope your team doesn't die. We're just going to decrease his cooldowns.
We're
overall.
dead
So
and
first
back
strength
to the
and
same
elevated
patch.
tactics, getting pretty substantial cooldown reductions. Just opens up his play opportunity and actually lets him play more of that support role and help his team.
That's neat. I hope I'll
That
see
was
a
almost
little
really
bit
bad, chap.
And then one of the gods who has a skin like the Kuzanbot one, where they have the animal inside the suit, Hera, is getting a buff.
Nice. I was like, I've got to
Wait,
remember
what?
which skin that was.
I had to remember
Like,
its
where are
skin,
we
yeah.
going with this? She's got two of them, actually. But anyway, Hera's going to be
Don't-
getting a buff to
don't do
Polymorph
this.
and Divine Shroud. What's going on with Hera?
Don't do this.
So Hera, she was pretty. First, she was doing pretty good as a mage. A lot of people picked her if you liked her, and didn't if you didn't. But that's fine. And then we saw a lot more use, which is fine. Yeah, that's okay.
As
We
it
saw a lot
goes.
more use out of her when people started realizing how powerful that shield was. And because of that, we actually brought some pretty decent nerfs to the shield, and she just plummeted. People were just like, nah, she's not survivable anymore. I'm not gonna pick her. So basically, since then, we wanted to address what we can do for her. We noticed that her damage output is a little bit
Stardust
on the lower side,
buff,
just still
Jake
tad, so we're going to be
buff,
increasing that with the scaling
Big
of
bear
Polymorph.
nerf.
And we didn't want to do a full
I haven't seen a
revert
change
to the
that I'm
shield,
happy
because
about
that would
yet.
just bring her back to the point where she was previously, where she might have been too strong. So we're kind of doing a shift here, where we know it might be a little bit of a one-point wonder, so we're going to give her
Nerfing crit
the early
and
rank
buffing
upgrade,
Hera
for Divine Shroud, and
is
we're going to
kinda
go from
scary,
15 to
'cause
17
crit
per
is what
level,
beats
rather than to the
Hera.
previous of 20, so that towards the late game, it kind
If
of
you have
comes back
attack
to the
speed
numbers we
pin
see a
builds
little
into
bit more now,
Hera,
or in between.
Argus doesn't die.
Okay, awesome. And then my man Kukulkan is getting a buff, which is exciting. I do love Kukulkan. And he'll be getting some
Wait, what?
decreased cooldowns on Slipstream. I believe it'll be leveling. Will you give us some insight on that, Pawn?
Yeah, I think it was season 7 we did.
Wait,
the,
why are we buffing
Whirlwind change,
Cuckoo?
where his like the time it took to tick on targets
Wait,
changed. We did a few other buffs there. And
We're
he kind of
buffing
rose into, like,
Book
the
and then
core
we're
mage.
also
An
buffing
episode that we actually
Cuckoo.
had to nerf him, take some power off his passive. And
Brother.
then we saw him stabilize out and then slowly kind of wean off as someone that people aren't really picking. We just want to give him some extra utility.
Why?
Slipstream getting the cooldown reduction means he can rotate faster, he can juke things, he can set up for his ultimate better. Just kind of rounds out his
Why?
kit. Just the kind of buff that he needs to like just kind of push him back into a potential core mage.
He already is one!
Awesome. I'm excited to see that because I'm always playing Kukulkan in mid. So I will take the buff.
Yeah,
And
I think
then we have a buff-
one of our
sorry.
resident devs, Lermy just absolutely adores Kukulkan. Just weird to me, but,
Yes. I feel like he's got a little bit of everything. And his clear is great. He's a snake.
What is
He's
happening?
great.
They're gonna buff
We've
Janice
also
next
got a
or
buff
something.
coming in for Medusa. What's going on with Medusa?
Medusa?
See?
Make her dash smaller.
Yeah, we've given Medusa a lot of power through increasing the number of shots of her Viper shot, I believe. And while she was picked up quite a lot at the
Okay,
time,
that doesn't do
it looked
anything.
like she
You
was
still
going to
get your
survive those
dash
buffs
caught.
and, maybe
Someone
even
can
need
be
nerfs.
like
That just didn't
10
end up
feet
being
this
true.
way
She
and
just
your
fell
dash
back
still
down
gets
out of
caught.
favor again. We want to do a little
The
bit of
healing
changes
debuff
at a
doesn't
time
do
because we think
anything.
she can be pretty effective. Last rate, the healing debuff duration increasing. I think this is just kind of normalizing the duration for healing debuffs across the board. I believe like Sobek's Sicknick Strike also is 4 seconds, so this is kind of bringing it in line. And then the cooldown reduction, 15 seconds for, I wouldn't say she's the most mobile kind of hunter, is pretty long. So scaling that to 13 seconds is a little help her out in the late game.
Well, you still get your dash caught by everything.
Cool.
It's
And last but not least,
you
for the
also
gods,
like if you're playing
getting a
Medusa, like
change
playing into gods
during
like
the
Bak
Monster
and
Cat
Daji,
update
like
live
what are you gonna
May
do
18th,
there?
is Mulan. So she will be getting a buff, getting stronger with time. What's going on with Mulan, Pompon?
This is really focused around her late game kind of warrior utility that warriors want to bring. They want to be the front line for their team. And the duration on cross strike, the attack speed buff, and the protection buff from grapple just didn't really enable enough
Wait, that buff
time for that.
wait,
So we're increasing the
that
buff
gives you an
duration
attack
when she
speed
actually
buff?
gets those online. But we're also increasing the stun duration on grapple so that she actually can follow up more aggressively, and her team can follow up more aggressively off of
You ever
successful
wonder why
grapple.
anti-heals
That
on
kind of stuff is
Ace's
the
dash
thing
over
that
the
you want
gods?
a warrior for.
Normal
And so
ability?
having extra time
So you
to
can
confirm
dash
abilities off your
in
pick is
and
just
be
gonna
like,
super
this
valuable for her.
Pamon is anti-heal.
I think her teammates will be happy.
Mhm.
But that is going
That's
to
good.
cover everything balance-wise for the Monster
Nice.
Cat update.
We did
but
it.
we do have
We did it.
one big thing happening to Persephone, and it's an entire
Yeah.
rework. So
Oh, is it time?
let's go ahead.
Wait,
it is
not a
time. It is
rework?
time.
I haven't heard anything about this yet. It just
Yeah,
happened.
no, there's been zero feedback, I think.
I think it has got some people a little split, but I think that once they see what's going on in game and get to see kind of our thought process behind it, I think we'll be able to win some people over. So let's go ahead and get into a little bit about why you guys think that Persephone needs this rework to begin with.
Yeah, so
Well, watch me get one
I would
shot.
encourage
Oh, I
everyone
thought they were
go
gonna do
read
like a
the
compilation.
dev update blog post. It goes into detail about her win rate stats, which are really low across the entire board. Her pick rate stats, which are really low across the entire board. The community perception on her, which is really rough. She was one of those characters that when you had to fight against her, you just kind of had some dread. I remember in one of our playtests, one of our playtesters even said, like, man, it was actually kind of relieving walking in here and like fighting a Persephone and not just having that immediate dread. And so that's really like that's the perfect criteria for the rework candidates. We have this character who really could only excel at the very, 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 very top level of play. Only like literal SPL players were really heavily using this character. A lot of people were struggling. There was things that the kit felt clunky or off-putting and pushed people away. And so we're doing adjustments to really address a lot of those top-end concerns. So, for example, passive revival, that effect was just really strong, and there's not really a great way to tune that. So that's one of the things that we look to address.
First has such a high skill floor.
As well as
I think
what can
Perse has a
Persephone
really
do to actually
low
confirm
skill
damage,
floor and a
because against
really
good
high
players,
ceiling.
You had to rely on the stage 2 plant rather than the stage 3 plant because
I think
no
Perse's
one's gonna
floor
get hit
is
by the
like
stage 3
through the
plant,
floor, and I
as
think
long
her
as they have
ceiling
amount of
is
reaction
through
time
the
because they
ceiling.
know how to juke it. So those are the types of things you're addressing, giving Persephone more direct control over her kit, as well as giving enemies more clear counterplay opportunities, more clear understanding of where her damage is coming from. And so I think we can get into it and kind of show off the different abilities.
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
let's do
head
it.
in game. I'm excited to see everything because I read the blog, but I want to see it in
Pershing's
action.
pretty. Oh man, messing with the
She's
two.
so
Yeah.
beautiful,
Look at that, baby.
too.
And she looks the same, which I think everyone really appreciates the
You
artwork.
don't understand
They
skill
really
floor?
resonate with
Yeah.
the design of
I'm
her.
pretty sure reading
The skeletal minions and the plants.
I'm pretty sure when I read it, they were saying she has a high skill floor, which in my opinion is just wrong. I think she has a very low skill floor and then a very, very, very high ceiling. Like, the people that are good with her are very good with Purse. Like, they will make you not want to play Smite. The people that are bad with Purse literally don't know how to play Purse, and she's just useless. So, like, the floor is very low.
Creepy skeletons.
So let's start going through the main kit. So her one previously it had a you'd fire it and you had to really lead your targets because it was it had a very long cast time and
Oh.
update your aim.
I'm doing it backwards.
As
What?
well as for
Wait.
pro players,
You guys
the
go
range in
inside.
it was so long that you couldn't help but just be poked by this and zoned by this and have to give up so much pressure. So now it's going to be a more kind of standard mage ability where you fire this out, it's passive minions, damage, and stops on targets. So you can see here, charges forward, hits, slows the target there, as well as I can now aim it and update it to send it flying to new targets after I fire it, which will just make this ability feel a lot more intuitive with how most other mages feel when you pick up a character in Smite. You can see it still places a harvest plant at the feet where it hits, or at max range, so you can see here I throw it out there. You got that skull there, so you can still use this to place skulls. So that's the main update here, just making this a bit more intuitive feeling ability in Smite. This was a more minor rework, but the next ability is going to be like a completely new ability. So this is Harvest. You can see this new targeter shape. It's a area with 3 skulls kind of inside of it. You fire it, a brief windup happens and explodes, creating 3 seeds around it. You can see here I can use this to damage ability or damage enemies. So you can use it to actually poke enemy gods, and you can also use it to poke and set up your seeds at the same time. Bulls, you can also tell, are upgrading immediately to the flower stage. They're no longer going to the bud stage. We're focusing more on you utilizing the charging flowers, and we're giving you much more control over them. So before you'd fire this, and it would just charge at the nearest enemy god and try and follow them. Here you can actually aim it. So you can see when I attack it here, I can aim it, I attack here, it'll try and bite as it gets close.
Wait, what?
And it's controlled entirely by my basic attack range. So you can see here, like if I'm really close, I can aim a little bit to the right, and it'll go out to the right. I can aim a little bit to the left, it'll go to the left. I can send it wherever I want.
Oh, it's
and
like
if I have
bowling.
multiple of these out, we'll let them upgrade a little
Oh,
bit.
okay.
Pre-plan a little bit and have
You're
a
bowling.
so I can use. You can send them to like, hey, they're trying to walk this way. Oh, they're trying to get cut off. I can cut them off this way. Send them out flying that way. You have a lot more play with where you're going to actually send these out. Another important thing is you can send them through the walls. So you can actually catch people who are trying to run through areas. You can catch people who are trying to hide over
Yeah,
walls.
I agree.
There's
What?
no escaping her plants. They're nature. They just
God.
kind of move through it.
There's no escaping her
Nature
plants. They go
perseverance.
through stone.
So that's the main thing here is it's now a cooldown based ability,
What?
Which means as much as you can.
I guess
get
that
6
ability would feel
plants
really bad if it
immediately
didn't go
from
through
storing them
walls.
up, over the course of a game with some CDR,
But it just
you
looks
will
weird,
actually
a
cast
plant
them
going through a
significantly
wall.
more often. You will have more plants to play with. Especially when you're trying to Phoenix Siege, you're going to be chucking these at the enemy all the time. You'll be throwing these out there, trying to poke your opponents with them, trying to lead them off, head them off. And the most important thing is enemies have a clear understanding of what they need to do to avoid this. They
So
need
is
to
she
get out
better
of
or
the way.
worse?
They need to try and outrun it. It's no longer this kind of like you have to just have someone tell you, oh yeah, do a little shuffle step like this and you'll avoid it every time.
Right.
So no more
onto
shuffle
the-
step, but more plants.
Onto the third ability. This is going to be very familiar to players. It's just going to... The only real major difference is that now this does damage on takeoff, so you can see that I hurt my target there. As well as I don't have the pre-seed that I get before because there's no tier 2 plant, as well as there's no really harvest ability to cast upgrade. This damage is really there for the Persephone players who were doing the things like casting this and basic attacking after they leapt for some damage, just to make sure that that's still there if they're escaping from a target jumping on them.
You know what that makes me think of? Neath back.
Actually, that was when we were developing her initially. That was like one thing we wanted to be sure that you could do was like backflip. We were talking about like how backflip interacts, making sure that she could go over walls because this was considered a leap, and making sure that that was very clear to players. So yeah, it does have a little bit of that feel.
Nice.
She just
Obviously, the
seems
other
way
combo you can
easier
do
to
now
dive
is
now.
You can drop these down, have 3 plants immediately, and send them out flying. One problem Persephone had that we wanted to address with this was if you didn't have a garden set up, you were kind of at the mercy of how the fight was going that you couldn't really contribute much to outside of a single exploding plant. You now in a situation where you got caught off guard completely. Maybe you had to rotate because your team moved in a direction that doesn't make any sense. They just decided to chase a kill. You can now pop this down and then leap and send a charging army at your team pretty much on demand, which is definitely a lot more flexibility than she had before. And then finally,
You're just playing it one bite, not sure.
we'll see if Bot's orbit behaves. It doesn't
Oh,
like
this
you
will be
always.
interesting.
The ultimate, previously what would happen is you wouldn't be able to move further out. Now that,
Okay.
see, Bot's orbit doesn't behave. That Odin did not respect anything.
Before,
Before, before you'd if you moved ever closer, you get more constricted. The ultimate was a huge pain point at the top level because it is a projectile that travels globally, has a big effect area, and it didn't feel like you could ever really counterplay it. Yes, see, Bots Orbit ain't gonna behave. It just felt very restricted to play against, but we like the core identity and feel of this ability. The idea that the enemy team can come and try and save their trapped teammate. And so one thing that alleviated a lot of the frustration around fighting it was that max range movement. You can actually move up to the max range now, which means Persephone and your team have to work a little bit harder to damage you. It's not going to be so free if they get you close to the center of it. It's not going to be as immediate of a beads burner. Teams have more opportunities to play around it before they decide they need to burn beads. Just more opportunity, which is the theme of things. So the core thing is playing against Persephone should be a lot more intuitive. It should feel a lot better. It's a lot more manageable. But Persephone herself has more confirmable damage with firing these abilities. She can use the slow to line up targets. She can control the direction they run. She can use this to cut off targets. Her ability to influence what her plans actually do and how successful they are is now in her hands versus the hands of some AI. And then finally, we have the passive rework, which was one of those effects that even if she only did CC, let's say you took all damage off her and she could only do CC, there's something inherent about Smite where when you kill a target, you should feel rewarded and successful for having done the thing. You pick out the Persephone. If you lose a fight because she could still contribute and she still was able to turn the tables, it doesn't matter how balanced it might be. Hi, Kernanos. Kernanos is just chilling over there.
What's going on, Kernanos?
Don't scared me. No matter how fair it might feel or it might be, it's not going to feel fair. And so we thought about what we want to do. The passive.
Loki, yeah.
We thought
Loki,
the idea of her going to this death realm and reviving and doing something after she dies was still very core to her thematics and something players would appreciate. So in this case, let me turn off God mode. You now enter the death realm. You can see I now can't see anyone. I can't interact with anyone. I don't know where anyone is, but now I'm in this kind of planning stage. So let's say I die in mid lane and I think, hey, they're going to have a fight around Fire Giant. Let's place a few seeds here. Then let's maybe walk over here, put one back here, one back here. And then finally, just in case, I'm going to put one in mid just to make sure I'm good to go. You can place up to 6 seeds in the state. You have all the time that you would normally be respawning. Your respawn timer has started, so you can see I have 28 seconds to respawn. So being in the state is no negative to you. It's entirely just something that you get to do for free. It doesn't cost seeds to enter. And then once you decide to respawn, so I'm going to right-click here to exit the state. I have 17 seconds. I'm just going to revive immediately because I'm a hacker.
And you still get the gold for the seeds as well.
And you still get the gold for the seeds as well. So you're still rewarded for actually utilizing the garden, creating a whole bunch of plants using them. You can see now that I have exactly where I placed them. If a fight breaks out in mid, I at least have something to immediately use before I start using my 2. I have plants around Fire Giants, so I need to rush there and start contesting that immediately. Before I might have to use this ability to set up something, and then the enemy team starts fighting, and I've lost one of my core damaging abilities. If you can plan ahead, you get rewarded by having a garden there for you to utilize immediately. So definitely something that you're gonna have to have a lot of map awareness to make effective, but definitely just something that she brings that's unique to her. That is kind of reminiscent.
It seems kind of bad.
When she dies, she revives and gets to do something, which we thought was core to her identity.
I feel like that really.
That
goes
should be
with
the
that
rework.
Cute cultivator skin or whatever. She's such a gardener.
Yep.
Yep, and that was actually something we had to go through to make sure. There's a few new effects, so for anyone who is interested in looking at
bad
the skin,
and unfun.
Like for example, this target,
no
as well as
offense.
that explosion effect and everything, that's a completely new effect. We have a few other new effects and sound effects here and there, so you'll be able to explore all the skins and see those as well and what they look like. I think in particular the Oblivion Queen one looks really cool.
Oh, yes.
The explosion there is really neat. It has this white skull that pops up in the center. Just really cool stuff there. So super happy with everything.
Awesome.
I'm hoping everyone enjoys Persephone to play against it. I encourage everyone.
One time
to
I
pick this, try it
enjoyed
out.
Purse is watching
I
a
think
good
you'll find
Purse
that your
kill other
playstyle
people
is very
besides
similar,
me.
But you have a lot of tools at your disposal with the 1 slow and leading targets with your 2. I think one time I was fighting Clumsy, and I forced him with 5 plants to run into my jungler. Because he was trying to avoid them. I just kept zoning him all the way over to the right lane. The jungler came over the wall. Then we just confirmed a kill. And that's kind of neat stuff that I think you now have control to do versus before having to rely on this random RNG AI.
Yeah, playing with and against Persephone, I'd say for those that think that her skill ceiling has dropped to just a normal mage, that's definitely not the truth. She is still a very unique and hard to play character. And when I say hard to play, hard to master character. She hasn't lost any of that.
I feel like if you get
Cool.
on her, she
Everyone
just
gets to try it out
dies
on
now.
PPS and enjoys it.
I have a question.
Mhm.
So in her ult, when you're like tethered, am I wrong? As you walk away from the center, you're slowed, but as you walk towards, it's fine.
Yes, and so that was to kind of softly reinforce the old idea, which was getting away from it's a little bit harder, but it's not so detrimental as the hard
Agreed.
route used to
Agreed,
be.
Nico.
So there is a
Mhm.
slow when you're walking away, just to make sure that
Okay.
like
Just
you
so
have
bad
a
when
little bit
you
of,
get a really good
CC fuel
dive
still
and
on
you
your
kill her
little
instantly,
grasp.
and then she
Okay,
still
cool. Thank you for clarifying. I was
plays the
just
game
wanted to
for a
make sure I
long
didn't
time
hear it.
afterwards.
But that will cover everything from the Persephone rework. If anybody missed it, we have a blog online all about it. It's also in the update notes, so all the information you need is on our website, smitegame.com/news. But let's go ahead
Zap
and get
likes
into
the
another
patch
big,
notes?
exciting thing happening on the battleground. Is going to be the Athena remodel. So this is different from a rework. Her kit is going to be staying the same. This is all visual. So let's take a look at the card art. Oh my gosh.
So pretty. Love the
It
owls.
is so nice. Yes, and I feel like this ties back to, where she's from a little bit better with her hair, and she's got an updated voice pack as well, so we'll go over that.
Yeah, that's huge.
And so
Mhm.
we've updated her
Ooh.
base, her masteries, and her recolor as well.
Oh, that's so
Um,
cool. The legendary coloration's so great.
Yes, yes. I love the recolor. That red,
Ooh.
it pops. I love it. If you
Very
are
cool
curious,
stuff.
though, if
Calm
you
down, chat.
are all about the classics, we will have the classic skin
Calm
available
down,
for
chat.
purchase, and it will use the
Calm
old voice
down.
pack, and you can get that for either favor or gems. Oh yes, I want to cosplay this so bad. This is beautiful.
I'm so glad we
Calm
might
down, chat.
revisit some of these older
Come back, Holy
characters.
Gable, it's the 8.
The Sobek,
Wisdom
Athena
and
now,
strategy are
Hilarious.
better defenses than shields and armor.
Oh my goodness. Yes, and I
All
love her
about that
updated
wisdom.
voice pack. Yes.
Yeah, the art team revisiting these older characters and updating them has been really cool to see what they
Calm
do.
down,
with
chat.
them.
It's like, yeah, brings like a new life to these characters. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, and like we said, the kit will be staying the same. So if you are an Athena main, your playstyle will stay the same. You'll just look a little bit more stylish.
Which now your Confound is nerfed, so you know.
Oh right.
You're still
forget.
pretty strong. You're still pretty happy
I'm still
with
pretty strong.
the nerf.
Well, we've got tons of other cosmetics that are going to be coming to the battleground with the 8.5 Monster Cat update on May 18th. So let's take a look at the Talons of Tyranny stuff. We'll start by going over the Talons of Tyranny video. So we'll be right back, y'all. And we dance.
Go ahead, play God.
That guy sounded
Welcome
very
back.
bored.
And Clumsy has headed off, but Tina
No
is
offense.
here.
I have a bored voice too.
Hi,
It's okay.
Tina.
Hello, Tina.
Hey guys!
Just my natural
I've
voice.
been watching you
How's
for
it
the past
going?
hour, so you know.
I've been
I'm
watching you
here.
for like a week. I'm at your house.
That's-
I'm just kidding.
Ooh, yikes.
I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that.
How you doing, Tina?
weird.
Welcome.
Good.
I've
I've
had
been
enough.
talking to our
I
guests.
thought you guys were raiding Nico.
Yes, Slushy will be joining us for
Are
the
you
Battle
not?
Pass section towards the end. So let's get through the Talents of
Yes.
Tyranny content so we can get to the Battle Pass content towards the end of the show.
Okay.
So first,
good.
we will have a new skin for the Talents of Tyranny event. For Opwash, it is Malware Master. Let's take a look at the card art.
Oh my gosh. He
I
needs to
love
take it down like 3 notches.
I feel like I can
Oh
hear this
my.
image.
Yeah, I can definitely hear
Like-
this image.
Like Mars attacks, you know, like that.
Yes, it's some sort of screeching.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Same.
Oh my god, but it's so scary. Like the way that the way he's standing and like with this skin, just very scary.
Thumbs
I
up,
don't like
chat.
his eyes, they freak me out because they're red. Well, I thought
Well,
they,
he's evil.
they're red in the. Yeah.
But our audio team has told us that they put some really cool techie elements into the sounds for his abilities. So
Oh, your whole team
when
played
BTS
WoW.
goes out, make sure to check him out and see what you think. But we've also got other skins like Depths Defender Odin.
Ooh.
Wait, does Vote not play WoW?
Yes. The Hammerhead one? Hell yeah.
Yes. Look at
Oh
him.
my.
He's so
Oh.
but scary also.
Yeah, so scary. I'm so scared right now.
Dude,
There you go,
that
chat.
pirate.
Somebody will choke you.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunate.
Oh, look at that smile.
What character is
Oh my
this?
goodness, I love it. I love it. And he's still
Got
got his
the
legs, so he
tail.
can still run around. But
I love
he's
the
got his
tail.
tail. I love it. I love his head. I love his face. I love his eyes. I love his smile.
This is
But let's give the
Odin?
voice pack a listen.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will say the wrath of the sea.
Yes, 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 yes. I love it. He's so sharky.
Yeah.
And then
he
next up,
is.
we have Moon Seer Oleron. I saw a lot of people wondering when we were going to get an Oleron skin, so here you go. And
That's-
look at him!
That god's
That's
literally
so
a
cool.
trash can.
Amazing.
Yes.
I love like the different runes that are all around him and the paint.
He looks
the
very
face paint.
druidic.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the skins
I
of
love it.
contrast. Like he has
Buff
all like,
this
these super bright
god,
effects, and this
don't
is
give
much
him
more,
new
feels much
skins.
more calm.
Just buff him.
Oh
He's
yeah.
very calm.
Let's check it out in game.
You literally buy Spectral and all runs on a character.
Whoa.
Oh my.
Ooh. You can see his toes.
Oh, and his heels. Heels. Right? Are those exposed?
Yeah. Oleron looking
Yeah, I
good.
think you're right. I think you're right. They're like kind of like
He's
cut
like
off
wearing
socks.
like toe socksies. Yes.
Yes.
All the little supplemental
besides
extras
his
are really
toes-
neat.
Mhm.
The shoulder pad like beam thing. That's just cool.
Oh yeah, that is cool.
Flare.
Oh, that is really really neat.
I really like this
Someone
skin,
cosplays
but
that.
this
I wanna know
god's
how they
still
make the little
trash.
shoulder parts. But
And
let's
the
give the voice
floating
pack a
rocks.
listen. Oh yeah.
I was called here by the spirits and secrets in the very stars. It is fortunate for you that I am here and on your side.
Oh my goodness, I trust him. I love it. He sounds like a super nice guy.
I know, right? I just want to have a
Awesome
hot dog
stuff.
with him.
And
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
last up for Talons of Tyranny, we have the unlimited reward. Sea Nymph Soul. Here we go. I tried to tell y'all it was a Kepler skin. Nobody believed me.
Oh my gosh,
Soul?
that's great.
I love
I love it.
her.
Yes, makes me want to dye my
I
hair
love
purple.
all mermaids. I know, right? Mermaids are so like serene and watery.
Watery.
Yeah.
Those are
That's
cute.
so watery.
Yeah, they are. But I love it. I know that Soul, people have wanted a mermaid
So
skin for Soul
watery.
for forever. So here you go. We finally got it. Oh my gosh, look at her. And I feel like Soul fits perfectly for a mermaid, just the way that she runs around or swims.
She's
through
kind of
the
like
air.
hunkered over
Yeah.
a bit.
Her animations work perfectly well.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, she's also got little bubbles. That's so cute.
Yeah, she does.
Stay pure,
Let's
chat.
give the voice pack a listen.
Stay pure.
Finally! The storms are gone and the sea is calm and pristine!
I love it. She sounds so sweet and
Sounds
happy. Like if you
terrible.
were to meet her while you're at the beach, maybe you'd be friends and pen pals when you left. I love it. Well, that is going to again be the unlimited reward
I
for
kinda don't like
this
the-
chapter of the Talents of
The
Tyranny
angle
event.
she's at.
And then I'm sure a lot of y'all saw our announcement yesterday about Avatar. Avatar. So Azula Pele is going to be hitting the battleground with this update, which is super exciting to be increasing the roster that we have for Avatar in Smite. But along with that, if you missed the battle pass last time, or you didn't finish it, or there was anything that happened where you didn't get everything you needed from the Avatar battle pass, all of those skins will be coming back to the battle pass or to the store as well. So you'll be able to pick those up. But let's take a look at Azula Pele. Azula, yay!
We did it.
There
Oh,
she
it's so good.
is.
Wait, Shell Nerf
I
and a
am
new
so
Pele
excited.
skin?
Yeah.
Yes.
She will roast me.
Look at her. So
The team that-
our audio team. Sorry, go ahead.
Interesting, chat.
The team that worked on all the Avatar skins,
Interesting.
they have a whole bunch of passion for this stuff, and they put in like there's like some super small details from like how they animate and what effects are there, and all like making sure like that pose is like very iconic of the series, like making sure all that's in. You
They're
can just see,
doing
like,
it
the amount they put into
intentionally.
this. It's really cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
and they're
awesome.
super
Making sure
fans
that those
too.
details-
Like we have like a team that's like the Avatar Strike team, and they're like all super fans of Avatar, so they're super passionate. They make sure that everything is like top tier for this skin.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
sure that working on it for them was like really incredible. All of the Avatar stuff. And then I also wanted to throw out that we have the voice actress Megan Shipman, who will be voicing Azula Pele.
She's 14.
And then the last little note from our audio team
She
is
actually?
that Pele's sound design works very well for Azula, so we're excited for y'all to hear it all in game when you try it out in PTS.
I better calm down then.
Let's give the voice pack a listen.
My brother has disgraced the Fire Lord and brought shame on all of us. I will not hesitate to bring him down.
Oh, yes. This is so good. Let's head in game to get a better look.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She
Oh
ain't
my
14
gosh,
in The
yes!
Legend of Korra, though. Oh, chat, you guys.
Oh my gosh, these effects. Really, oh my goodness. It is so exciting to see these things like really brought to life in Smite. When I first started playing Smite like 6 years ago or something, I never imagined that we would be where we are today. Oh, look at her. Look at her go.
Those same sound effects.
Dude, the music, you hear it?
Yeah, the music's active during that. And finally we got the ultimate here.
Oh my gosh, that is
Super
so
craft,
dope.
crazy lightning. Oh, I love the sparking effect to show that you're in the ult state.
Yes.
Pretty cool skin, honestly. Not even an Avatar fan. Pretty cool skin.
Oh, this is so pretty.
It's so hot, dude.
I love how the effects glow and have so much contrast with everybody around them. Beautiful. So
I don't know if you were told, but there's also is a VX
What's up, Kagura, by the way?
Ooh, show us.
How you been, bro?
He literally marks the ground with using her lighting of fire to like burn the fire emblem or the Fire Nation symbol into the ground.
Whoa!
It's there forever.
So sick. Do it again.
Wait, it's not going away.
Really cool stuff there. Just nice little touch.
Nice.
Wait, when's it go away?
Oh, that's beautiful. So that will be available.
The gym and the work grind? I just hit 80 hours streaming in April, which is my goal to beat depression. And I did it. Well, I did it 30 minutes ago, but I am very excited about it.
So that's going to cover most of the
I set it the goal for myself and I reached my goal.
Except we haven't talked about
through the
Monster Cat
vaccine,
yet. So
through scrimming, and through SPL starting, which is very exciting.
We are going to cut to a Monster Cat
Very
Battle
exciting,
Pass
chat.
video, and in the meantime, we will say goodbye to Pompon, and
Goodbye, Pom.
Slushy will be joining us as well, one of the artists from the Monster Cat Battle Pass.
Wait,
so
there's
we will
more?
Be right back, y'all.
Bye.
There's more? Wait, do I get DMCA for this? Wait, Monster Cat won't DMCA, right? That skin's actually pretty sick. Honestly, pretty sick. I mean, I can't even lie.
Hello and welcome back. We are joined by Slushy. Hi, Slushy. Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. How you doing?
How's it going?
Hi, Slushy.
So excited to have you on the show. So,
great to be here.
you have your own skin coming to Smite as part of the Monster Cat Battle Pass. And we'll go into all of the skins and everything that'll be covered in the Battle Pass. But I first wanted to know, what it was like to have some of your music and to be a part of the process on getting things into a video game, because I know that you play a lot of games.
It's been just like a mind blowing process. Before I was actually playing for the first time, like probably like 10-15 minutes ago. Got a few matches in.
Nice.
And I'm just, it's so cool to like be able to craft something for, kind of bring two worlds together and just make something really like weird and fun happen that like you wouldn't, I guess, normally see. But it's
Yeah,
cool.
for sure.
Oh.
And I know that
Who's
you've got
playing
your new song
Hades?
Valhalla. Of course. Why wouldn't you? But you've got your new song Valhalla coming out. We're going to be doing a world premiere at the end of the update show. But I was just curious what went into the making of Valhalla.
I made it at the so while we were doing the partnership with Epic, I was just like in the hotel room and I just wrote Valhalla in one night, and it was just one of those like it was like we were on the tail end of another video game collaboration, so it was just like I was in the mood to just make something super, just super like orchestral and epic, and just the rest is history. Here we are.
Yeah, for sure. It's been exciting to see how your songs were implemented into the abilities of the characters. And like I said, we'll get into that when we jump in game. But I was also wondering if you have found inspiration for your music through the video games that you play. Do you pull from
Oh,
people?
absolutely. Yeah, like I'm a huge like I've been really big into like Doom lately, and like a lot of like the really kind of grungy aspects of like playing a game, like a lot of the really like crazy sound design will just like I'll hear somebody get chainsawed or like punching a wall or something, and I'll go, oh, that'd be really sick like bass or like really cool snare drum or something. So I mean, constantly in and out of game, there's just like the producer brain is just like wired to hear just a bunch of random stuff and get like inspired from like whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure chainsaw sounds as you murder people is super inspirational.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then I was wondering, so you were just playing around. I'm assuming while you were playing Hades, you were playing your Slushy Hades skin. Did you get to mess around with that at all?
I was actually
I don't know if you...
as Chibi
it's not
Hades.
out yet.
I was
I
playing
thought that
as
you were in
Chibi
dev
Hades. It was
the
so
Chibi
fun.
one is cute. Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm. I was like learning the
well,
abilities
sweet.
and stuff like that. We won both rounds, so I'm
So
pretty hyped on
basically,
that.
you're going pro. Nice.
Yep, gonna quit
Okay.
DJing to go.
They're kind of talking
Smite Pro.
nonstop, so I'm
You heard
not
it here first.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
hell
goodness.
yeah. Well, best of luck in that. Let's take a look at your skin, Slushy Hades from the Monster Cat Battle Pass. The card art is absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
I'm just vibing.
I
love the stream.
Right. Just getting down on the battleground. We've got some in-game turnaround videos also. So this is what it would look like instead of Chibi Hades if you're playing Slushy Hades. It's how you'd be running around. And we've also got
I like
some
his face.
in-game... You like his
Dude,
face?
the jacket is nuts.
Yeah.
Let's get this party started.
And I believe we're going to be able to go in-game to check it out as well, to hear the abilities. And yes.
That is insane.
There you are.
It's your boy.
Yeah.
And then as he does his abilities, you'll be able to hear parts of your song Valhalla.
Which that's really like the craziest part to me is like, hearing little bits and elements like that I can pick out from actually making the song. Like it's really cool the way that the sounds were implemented and stuff.
I love how the ultimate has like the drop. It's so
Taco
sick.
salad.
That's so sick.
Oh,
So cool.
it almost makes me want to like run towards the ultimate, which
Right.
counterintuitive, but and there's the VXG as you run around the battleground.
Yeah, he's vibing.
Yes. And so all of the skins that are featured on the artist, we're going to have music packs or music themes for all of them as well. So you'll be able to get the Valhalla music theme in Smite as well.
I love how it vibrates.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I feel like
This is
I've
the
missed
largest salad ever.
concerts for the past like year and a half or however long it's been, and this is giving me like I'm like itching to get back to a show. Well, sweet. Let's talk about Sullivan King Gilgamesh.
Ooh,
Oh,
yes.
The harpies came.
Yeah.
And here is Sullivan King Gilgamesh shredding. What is that instrument called?
It's a sword. It's a Swordstroman.
Wow. A Swordstroman. Yay! We have technical terms. But this is super sick. I love whatever instrument that is. I want to learn it. Let's hop in
looks very
game to check out the
cyberpunky.
model. Yeah, it does.
Someone said, daddy.
Gilgadaddy.
Mm-hmm.
He looks so cool. I love the
got
pants.
a
I love the outfit.
sword.
The
Love
belt.
ashes.
Yeah, big sword that also plays music. Ooh, that sword actually, like on the edge, almost has like iridescent kind of look to it.
And it's like pumping too.
It's what?
Like the lights are just like pumping.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
pulsing? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually going to be the buy-in reward for the Battle Pass. So this will be the instant unlock when you buy the Battle Pass. And Sullivan King's song, Someone Else, will be played during this. So let's listen to the voice line.
The god of spin is in the house.
Nice.
Yes.
Looks dope. Let's head in-game to check it out.
So
Oh,
his
how
sword
pretty.
material is the same as his shirt material. Do you see it?
Yeah, I was seeing, and his pants, on the side of his pants.
Yeah, his pants.
Ooh, that is so pretty. I feel like that instrument is too expensive to be slapping people with it.
Yeah.
I love the ground texture.
Oh yeah.
That's alright.
God, I love that ability
Oh, that's
so
so
much.
cool.
Drop kick the bass. Oh, nice.
What is that? Is that his logo?
I
What is
believe-
that?
I believe that is Sullivan King's logo, yes. Oh, how pretty. Oh, how pretty. So yes, his song, Someone
alright.
Else, will be playing as you
I'm not crazy about
take
it.
over the battle.
That's alright.
Yeah, that is epic.
That is so fun.
Does he also have a VXG?
I believe they all
Question
do.
mark? Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah,
just
go
love
put
watching
him
him.
on.
Is he shuffling? Is he shuffling?
Look at him go.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, he
flawless.
is.
This is sick. Look at him. This is sick.
Wow.
Oh, holy shit.
Whoa. Oh, he's
He's
moving.
flying.
He can move. That's pretty funny,
Terminal
actually.
velocity shuffling.
That is dope. Sullivan King actually also worked with us on an announcer pack that's part of the Battle Pass as well. So we'll have a new announcer pack from Sullivan King.
Yeah, another
which
big
is
fan of
pretty
this game.
exciting. Oh, I love it.
For some reason.
That's awesome.
And now we have Coven Changa. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Makes me want to dye my hair pink. And the
I
song
love the
from
song for
Coven.
this one.
Yes, Give You Up. I had not listened to it a lot before I heard it through Smite, and now I'm like nonstop. It's pretty. Let's take a look at it in game. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is goals. I'm like, I want to be this when I grow up. And the little bunny.
Dude, the
Big
bunny
fan
is
of this
just
game.
vibing.
Yes, and he's got what looks like a speaker
Big
on his
fan of
back
this
too.
game.
You know those
Yeah,
people that like
dude.
walk around the park with like speakers going? That's the bunny.
Big fan
And
of
her
this game.
sword? Let's listen to the voice pack.
I can't believe it! I wanted to be the headliner here for the longest time, and now I'm finally here!
Aw, she's finally here! Aw, that was so cute. I love it. Let's
Thank
hop
you.
in. Oh, there we are. Look,
Oh,
oh, sleepy little bunny.
Oh, I
pretty.
love
Oh, don't see to the left.
the moving pattern for this one.
Mm-hmm. And her song with the basics and all of her abilities, so pretty. I love that nod. It's like you don't
Best
get the
skin in the
whole
game.
song, but you can hear like the little bits
Parts
just as
of
you're
it.
walking around.
That's not happening. Have some love.
Whoa.
Oh, it's so cool.
I love the colors.
Yes, I really love the iridescent kind of look with like the rainbows,
bunny?
but they're very bright.
The bunny looks like
Just
he's
following
like
around.
farting. But look at the poofs. It looks like he keeps farting. It's so
They do be
cute.
farting.
Aw, just farting little rainbow puffs.
Mhm.
Oh, so pretty. And I believe she also has a VXG. I don't know if we've seen it yet, have we?
So clean.
Oh my god, yes.
Best skin ever.
She's dancing around too, getting down.
Love it.
She's got like the spotlight on her.
Best skin.
She's headlining. That's what she said. She
Yeah.
said she's headlining. She finally made it. I love it. Wait, where's our bunny? Is our bunny coming back yet? Our bunny looks like they got stuck.
Check it.
She's coming.
Couldn't keep up with the shuffling.
So cute. I want this like to be my life, to be the theme of my life, to sound like my life. It's so pretty.
Save the bunny.
Crab Rave Capri.
Yo!
The moment.
Yes,
Crab
this is
Rave Capri.
Absolutely amazing.
So this is actually going to be the final reward of the Battle Pass. So get to playing right when the Battle Pass launches. Make sure that you don't miss it. You know, something doesn't happen where you have to be traveling away from your computer. No. Play, get this Crab Rave Capri, and never change skins again. Oh my gosh. Look at
Let me see your crabs, chat. Let me see your
Yeah.
crabs.
Crabs in chat. I love
The
it. So
emotes,
this is
I mean.
actually-
I want to see your emotes.
Tina.
Drop some crabs in the chat.
This is going to be replacing the, we usually have a recolor. So if you know the Chef Special Capri skin, this is going to be kind of like a recolor of that since they're both crustaceans. But we did a lot to make sure that it was super crabby. Let's give the voice pack a listen.
Time to hit the dance floor.
So cute. I love the
Epic.
texture on him too. He looks like
Wait, why did they make
a
him
legit
speak
crab.
English?
I love it.
Oh yay! Look at him go!
Oh my goodness. He makes me hungry because he's a cooked
Wait.
crab. You know how like non-cooked crabs are not red?
Food.
He looks like a cooked crab and it's yummy. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
I was just trying to listen. Oh my god, look. This is so troll, and I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. Chef Special Capri was my favorite skin forever, and now it's over.
The crabby boy.
Oh my goodness.
This is so hilarious. Oh my god! What's happening?
Yo!
Pawn. Oh wow, we're creating like dust storms everywhere we
Wait,
go.
what?
This is actually pretty sick.
Holy
We
boy!
need to match the day
Yes.
that does this. It's all
He's
crab.
flying! Oh my goodness, Krabby's flying!
I wonder if there would be like
And-
hurt damage if you fell from too high. But
Oh,
So if-
fun.
Crab Rave is your thing. We have a lot of Crab Rave cosmetics in the Battle Pass. We've got like a Crab Rave avatar, a jump stamp. Again, all of these will have the music themes that go along with the artist. And then there will also be the skin. So crab it up. So many crabs, so little time. But yeah, so the Monster Cat Battle Pass will go live May 18th. It will have 4 music themes, tons of content. It has a free track, a paid track. Check it out on the notes to see what you can get. But before we close out the show, I believe we still have a world premiere for Slushy's new song. Is that right?
There's a world premiere going on.
There's a world premiere about to happen. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the update show. Is there anything that you want to plug before we say goodbye?
Valhalla. It's coming out. Got an album on the way. Second half of the year. So that's a thing, and can't wait to play Smite
so
and
is there
play
a world
shows.
premiere?
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show. It has been such a pleasure. For everybody tuning in, thank you also for joining. The update notes are live if you want to check them out. And until next time, y'all, stick around for the premiere of Slushy's new song, Valhalla. And until next time, y'all, stay sweet.
Bye!
Wait, DMCA? I'm not risking it.